Hi, I'm Meg and I am currently 4.5 months pregnant to share my experience of being pregnant with a history of anorexia. I was diagnosed with anorexia 17 years ago, and since then I've kind of had periods of health interspersed with relapses. As magical as pregnancy is, it's difficult, especially with a history of an eating disorder. Like, there's an awful lot of triggers. Your body changes, you might get sick or tired. People start commenting on your body quite freely. The other day I went to get my nails done and the nail technician called me fat. People comment on your food, what you should or shouldn't be eating, hormone changes, spots, stretch marks. I think all of these things can be difficult for anybody, but yeah, with a history of an eating disorder, they're challenging. We've got a 5-day weekend in Dubai, which is lush. So Bren and I have come to the beach for breakfast and lie and read our books. He's having this and I'm having this. Thank you. Another thing I've just remembered is clothes can be a really triggering thing in pregnancy, because obviously your body's going to change, you're going to grow out of things. And it's something my psychologist told me to kind of like prepare for and expect, I guess, like your jeans will not fit. So I bought a lot of these like baggy dresses, not to like hide myself, but just so I'm not triggered by like a tight waistband, or always super aware of my body changing and my clothes not fitting and blah blah blah. Like, they're not gonna fucking fit, you're gonna get bigger. And not just your bump as well, like other stuff might not fit, like my bras don't fit, my boobs have got a lot bigger, but that's just what's gonna happen. You made it in. I've made a snack of avocado and cucumber on crackers with salt and pepper. I'm actually feeling a little bit sick, so hoping this is gonna settle my stomach a bit. Bren and I have just got back from a trip to Hatta Mountains. It was so fun. We picked up breakfast and then had that in the car on the way. And then you drive, it's like an hour and a half away from Dubai. And there's little hiking trails. So we went for a hike, and we also took lunch with us, then we had a picnic lunch, and it was so nice. It's like the most I've been able to move my body in 4 months. I'm not joking at all. Like, I've been really, really sick in my pregnancy. I could barely even go for a walk. Like, just getting to work was a bit of a struggle for me. So yeah, it's not been nice. I've basically been like lying down for 4 months, bored as shit. But it's the only way I could like not be sick, basically. I'm currently lying in my pregnancy pillow, which is the best thing ever. Like, Brendan loves this pillow, it's amazing. It like moves around your whole body. It's massive. I'm actually quite tired. I might just have a little rest for a minute and then I'll record and talk. Feeling a bit better, so nausea and vomiting in trimester 1, which not everybody gets. And before I talk about it, I just want to preface this whole topic, because I feel like it could be a triggering topic, by saying I did not lose weight during nausea and vomiting in trimester 1. And that's because I tried so hard not to. Like, I literally put all my effort into do not lose weight, do not lose weight, do not get fears of foods again, which is really, really hard because I couldn't sleep because I felt so sick. I quite often couldn't stand up because the nausea was just like crippling. I didn't want to be near food, I didn't want to be in the kitchen, I didn't want to be in supermarkets. The smells of food was horrible. In fact, the smells of people was quite gross as well. Brendan called me Beak because he was like, you literally smell everything. I'd be like, have you just moved your foot? It's like, fucking hell, Beak. My psychologist said, like, it's so difficult because it's almost like you've got the golden ticket. Like, you don't want to eat, you feel like you can't eat. It would actually be the easiest thing ever to lose weight. People would say to me like, oh, did you lose weight? I'm like, no, I fucking didn't. Or they'd say, oh, I did. I was sick and so I lost weight. I'm like, fucking good for you. I can't afford to. It almost weirdly feels like some sort of expectation. Just because someone else lost weight doesn't mean you should, doesn't mean I should. This is what I told myself the whole time, like, it is not an option for me, that is off the table. For the baby, I cannot lose weight. For my head, for everything, like, I just, no. So I've been having porridge pots a lot for breakfast whilst I've been feeling sick. My psychologist calls it proactive problem solving. Like, if I know I'm gonna feel ill in the morning and not wanna be in the kitchen, what's like quick and easy to make? I can even prepare it the night before, or Brendan can with like the milk and stuff. But something I've not been able to do with my porridge is have peanut butter on it, because yeah, that was just making me feel so ill. But now that I'm feeling better, well, actually I do feel quite sick this morning, but generally I'm doing better. I'm gonna make my porridge and put peanut butter on it, because I'm just conscious that like, this is how eating disorders sneak back in. You get small little thoughts like, oh, you haven't been having peanut butter for months now, or you didn't have it yesterday, like, just don't have it anymore, which seems like nothing. And then before I know it, I'm scared of peanut butter again. So for me, this is one of the things that could be triggering with pregnancy and the history of an eating disorder. So I'm just trying to like be on top of it. And yeah, now that I'm feeling better-ish, have the stuff I used to have. Oh my God, I'm such a twat. I just started with the oats. I meant to heat the milk. Right, start again. It actually feels so nice to be able to have this again.
Good.
To actually be able to stand up and make food. The small things.
You're good for your body and your mind.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And the baby.
Oh, Meg.
And you.
Meg.
It's good for everything.
Oh. Makes my heart sore.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not making me feel too sick.
Good.
Good. I don't even feel bad. I know I shouldn't, but there's a worry, like, if you haven't had something for months, then you'll have it and be like, oh my God, it's more calories than you had yesterday.
I know there's a chance.
Very fucking what?
It's never right. I know that.
I know it's not right too, but it's still
could have triggered that.
could have triggered. That's the thing. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it did.
Me too. If I hadn't had it, it definitely would have in like another month's time.
Yeah. Exactly. Get it quick. Oh.
I was straight back to where we were. Well.
No, you boy.
No, never, Bran. Never, ever, ever.
Never.
So I actually feel fine after that. In fact, I feel less sick than before I made it. And I don't feel like I need to go and lie down, so that's a result for me. My psychologist pointed out to me that, like, restriction is what leads to food obsession. So if there's something I can't eat because genuinely it's making me sick, if then, like, when I can start eating it again, I start restricting it, that's what's then going to lead me to become obsessed with it. And like, I spent months getting over a peanut butter obsession in my recovery, where I just wanted it all the time because I had such a peanut butter deficit, and I don't want to build that up again. And there were even some things that my dietitian was like, oh, is that not going to make you feel sick if you have that? But it wasn't making me feel sick. So like, I had Subway quite a lot for lunch, and I would have mayonnaise and cheese in my sandwich. And she was like, oh, is that okay for you though? Are you going to feel sick having that? And so that kind of gave me a thought of like, oh, well, if it makes me feel sick, maybe I shouldn't have it then. But then I was like, no, it actually doesn't make me feel sick. It's fine. And again, I'd spent months challenging cheese and mayo to get to a point where I have no anxiety eating them at all now. And I was like, I really don't want to fuck that up and go back to the point of being scared of them again. So if I could keep stuff in, like cheese and mayo was fine, I did. And I'm so grateful for it now, because like, now I still have no anxiety having cheese and mayonnaise. I just think eating disorders are so sneaky and so insidious. They will like weave their way in without you even noticing, and yeah, being off your food, being sick is like a perfect way for that to happen. So I just need to make sure stuff doesn't slip and like small old habits weave their way in without me realising, and then bam, I'm scared of something again, or I'm obsessed with something again. Like, no thanks. I'm making a roasted cauliflower curry, which is one of our favourites. And sometimes we make it with chicken. So today we're having halloumi. So my dietitian helped me a lot as well when I was feeling ill, because left to my own devices, I pretty much would have just eaten like crisps and toast. But she helped me to like make sure my diet was still nutritious. But that can kind of be a bit of a double-edged sword with an eating disorder, because an interest in nutrition can easily tip over into an obsession. And there's so much out there when you're pregnant about like, make sure you eat this, make sure you don't eat that. Other people have got an opinion, like doctors will tell you things. So I've tried to like obviously make sure I eat a balanced diet, like I eat red meat, white meat, fish, cheese, eggs, dairy, milk, fruits and vegetables. I put seeds in my porridge, I'll have like avocado in my sandwich, but I'm not tracking it, you know? I'm not obsessing over it, I'm not running my life around it. Because obviously I want to like eat good food for the baby, but it's not going to be healthy if I turn that into an obsession. I don't think health is just food. You've got like mental health, emotional health, social health. Like you still need to be able to go out with people and join in, and yeah, I think that could potentially be another trigger in pregnancy, is the over interest in healthy eating and nutritious food. Food is still just food. And obviously there's some things you can't eat, because like undercooked meat you can't eat. I've also just remembered it's the 1st of December today and I haven't had my advent calendar yet. Oh, I've got it.
Hey!
I burnt a couple of the halloumi, I'm afraid.
That.
Oh well, food doesn't have to be perfect. That one's
Oh,
burnt.
that's fine.
Okay.
Comes at that age.
Okay. Yeah, I was going for an edgy curry. We can drain the rice, I reckon we're ready.
I'm gonna bet.
I'm gonna baptize her. Yeah, okay, you serve, I'm boiling. Right, let's play what's in the cupboard. Oh, sorry, I've not cleaned it up at all, it's a bit of a mess. But... So my absolute staple sickness snacking thing was crisps. I went through so many bags of these, and you can tell I'm feeling better because there's only 2 bags in here. I used to have hundreds of these bags. I would quite often eat these if I was driving and felt sick, or just before meals. They kind of settled my stomach a bit. Crackers. I have avocado on these, and these. Cereal bars. These were brilliant. Ginger cookies. Everyone says if you're feeling sick, ginger. Oh, and these from Marks & Spencer's are so nice when I could face something sweeter. But also Marks & Spencer's cookies. Oh, pistachio and almond. Oh, there's one left. If you've watched videos from the start of my recovery, then you might know that this would have driven me insane. Like, now, like life's too short. Now I'm just like, okay, we could probably get a biscuit tin because that's gonna be stale as shit. But oh, my mum actually got me these ginger sweets just to chew on. And my dietitian told me to drink ginger teas and to cook with ginger as much as possible. And also to cook with lemon. One of the best things for my sickness though is actually sucking on sweets. And I was kind of scared to start because I was like, oh, that feels very out of my control if I'm sucking on sweets all day. But you know what, it helped so much. I would carry sweets on me everywhere I went. In the car, I quite often got sick, so sucking a sweet would really help. Right, moving up. Nuts and fruit was good as a snack. I got these, but they were actually too flavoured for me. They made me feel much sicker, and I don't even know what that is. Oh, dried apricots. That's right, I got dried apricots at some point. Oh, and cereal. And I actually kept this next to my bed. And if I woke up feeling sick in the night, I would eat it. Or my dietitian recommended having a handful of bran flakes before I kind of sat up first thing in the morning, just to settle my stomach a bit so I could then go down and have breakfast. In all honesty, not many things helped me, but obviously you've got to keep eating. So I tried to just find the things that were the most bearable, and even if I was forcing it down sometimes, which I quite often was, these were my go-tos. Oh, she's licking her. That's nice, darling. Good girl. So cute. So I got quite a lot of anxiety in the first trimester as well, just really like worrying if everything's okay, because you kind of don't really like look or feel pregnant. I tried to think like it's quite normal to feel anxious and it's not something I need to control. In fact, so many things feel out of your control when you're pregnant. Like you get tired randomly, you can feel sick all the time. Spots like in really weird places down my arms, really stinky farts at the beginning. My body temperature was all over the place. Is anyone else hot in here? Everyone else to be putting jumpers on, like no. And then one night I got really, really cold, and so I cried because again, anxiety. I was like, shit, is there something wrong with the baby? You're really over emotional, like anything would make me cry. Boobs get bigger, you gain weight. Generally, like I've gained 4 kilos just in the last couple of weeks of being pregnant, and that's not even through trying. Like in recovery, you're like actively trying to gain weight, but this I just felt like I was eating a totally normal diet and I've just gained weight, which I'll talk about more in the trimester 2 video, but I really just try and put it down to like my body is just doing what my body needs to do. It's taking what it needs to take. Like if it's tired, it needs to rest. If it wants crisps 30 minutes after breakfast, that's what it wants. If it wants to gain weight, it wants to gain weight. Like it's looking after a baby. Oh, it's the 14th today. Actually, we're going home tomorrow, so could eat a couple more. Bren, I'm going to eat ahead of my calendar. Are you?
We bring it with us?
Oh, should we take it with us?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I won't do that then. I have one of these. So I wanted to sign out of this video with a list of my kind of like important lessons for trimester 1. So I wrote them on my phone. Oh, also, we had our 5-month scan this week. I'll show you the picture. It's like the 4D one. There's our little baby. It kept having like arms all across the face, so you can't properly see, but that's in my belly. So pregnancy lessons for me. If you get sick, it's not an expectation that you lose weight. Even if someone else does, that doesn't mean you need to. A lot of pregnancy is out of your control, especially in regards to your body. Doesn't mean you need to control it. You don't need to have 0 eating disorder thoughts because you're pregnant. Like, it doesn't mean you don't love your baby enough. And really important, you do not gain weight only on your bump. That is a total myth and total bullshit. You don't just stay the same size and just grow a baby. Like, yeah, you gain weight all over. That's a healthy pregnancy. But those have definitely been important things to remember for me. I'll record another video about like my experience with trimester 2 and my experience with trimester 3. But lots of love to everyone.